Here we go then. I am Ian Dempsey and I am Lee's coach. It's a real hard job.
Been with my best mate and my coach. Now we've been riding around the Peak District, which was awesome. Really enjoyed it. Good company, good riding. And got wet, which is great. The Townville 2022 World Championships has been cancelled, which was pretty disappointing because that's where I wanted to be age group world champion. I think they're still going to actually have the World Championships, just in a different location, but I think because it was being held in Australia, it would have been a fantastic experience, just a first time in Australia as well, so that would have been fantastic. But we'll see where it is. I just hope it's not in the UK, because that would be disappointing if it was in the UK.
It's a pleasure, I'm joking. Yeah, it's great coaching Lee. I think he carries a lot what he's obviously learnt in business over to his athletic career, and like, you know, those people have what they have is consistency, and in anything, like in business or in sport, like that's what you need to improve and get better, and he's got that in abundance. Because it's duathlon, it's obviously like this split season, which, you know, we get the early months of the year and in the latter, so we've just been working on adapting his bike position, because obviously he had a new bike and he's been working on getting that. We've been trying to get his power up, trying to get him used to riding, because it's going to be a hilly course, isn't it?
Yeah, the British Championship.
The British Champ. So the aim is to go and win that, is to go and, you know, win the British Championship. So that's the work that we're doing at the moment. You can see just his physiology, how much he's changed. You know, I think like Lee will say, well, we've just talked about it, he's lost 8 kilograms in weight. So with coaching, it's not all about, you know, just the bike and the run. It's, you know, it's all the other elements as well. And obviously with the weight that he's lost, it's just going to be a massive like factor in the way that he's going to race. So, but no, it's been a pleasure to watch him progress. He buys into everything that we tell him, which is, you know, it's fantastic. It's just a pleasure to work with, and you know, that's why he'll get his result at the end of the day. I think the commitment, you know, just a real strong will, and you can see that to improve, and like it comes across massively in the way that he applies himself.
On the opposite side, it's actually the power's gone up.
Yeah. Because
obviously when you lose weight, you know, you've got a tendency,
power can drop.
Power can drop, but obviously I've lost weight, but my power,
I think it's because
it started to go up. Obviously that's down to the training.
But you've done it sensibly, and it's not been something that's been like a crash. It's not. No. You've not done it in 6 weeks. No. You've done it over a long period of time, and I think that's why you've got the Winston's kept the power and it's going up, and it's still improving. Yeah. And we've still got that room where we want to improve again.
I think maybe on the bike, the cardiovascular stuff has then helped the run.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've seen a big improvement in the run as well. Which
and a lot of that comes back to position, and that comes back to, you know, the work that you did at Matt back in Colville. So, you know, it's just making you more efficient on the bike, and that allows you to access, you know, you're obviously a talented runner, so it just allows you to access those run speeds a little bit better. So, and then again, that's a work in progress as well. So, but we're getting there, mate.
Other than the power, it's the run off the bike. Yeah. And I think because maybe I'm feeling more comfortable now on the bike, I don't have to push as hard on the bike. Yeah. So then I'm saving myself for the second run, which I wasn't doing.
It's just a mad sport, isn't it, triathlon? I mean, what do you want to do? Like, do you know me? What do you come to triathlon?
My heart rate was at 175 for over 2 hours. Obviously it was hot, but it was over 2 hours. From my point of view, I think Ian's very approachable. I mean, I like working with him. We have a good crack when we speak. We don't have to speak every week. We text each other through on training peaks and things like that. So, you know, we've got a good feeling on where we are. It just works. It works well. I think one of the reasons why I went with Matt, and Matt's sort of training philosophy was because obviously I wanted to improve on the bike, and I've had to sort of buy into that or bought into that, and I'm just sort of just thinking, well, I will improve at some point. I will improve. And I've finally
seen the fruits of the labour.
Yeah, I've seen the fruits of the labour, and I think that's the hardest thing. I think the hardest thing is just doing them sessions week in, week out, day in, day out, and thinking I'm still not improving, but trusting in the process.
That's all it is, mate.
Yeah, trusting in the process and the consistency. And I know it's happened with the running side of things where, you know, you plateau for months, and then all of a sudden you get a big spike, and then you go to that next level. And I've just found that with the bike, there's nothing that sort of gives you more pleasure than actually seeing the improvement all of a sudden just on the bike, going from where you were to then doing some of the workouts, thinking, and I look at some of the workouts sometimes and thinking, a year ago there's no way in a million years I could do some of them workouts. And we do a lot of workouts where there's 2 workouts in one. So there's a maybe a 30 seconds at 400 watts, and you know, whatever, 30 seconds rest, and then there's a 20-minute tempo at the end of it, where you're working at your sort of race pace, but that's at the end of that session, and it's 1.5 hours long, and you're thinking, blooming it, and you get to the end of it and you think, wow, you know, there's no way I could have done that a year ago.
You use a lot of those different zones in racing, so that's why we want to kind of make sure that you're doing them in training. So it's just implementing that. Exactly. But it's, a lot of people, you know, they just go and ride in one zone all the time, but you know, because you are working in those different zones, when it comes to race, it won't be such a shock. So that's why now all of that work that you've done is kicking in. So
I do feel there's a big benefit, and then I've got lofty goals, like I think we've talked about before.
Turning pro,
turning pro at 55. maybe not that lofty, but being British champion or being age group world champion, whatever, it's, you know, the big goals. But I do believe that, you know, that I will get there. If it was a Liverpool fan, I'd be struggling, or a Man United fan, but maybe not Aston Villa fan, because I quite like Aston Villa. And
is that maybe they're no good?
No, maybe because we can beat them. No, because I think they're a proper club, like Everton, Aston Villa, Leeds. I think they're proper football clubs.
How much have we got to pay you for this?
I know.